Public Schools Fall Sports Media Day 2025, presented by Super Prep, SSM Health, OCCC, Just Burgers, and PPBC TV. We appreciate you joining with us again this evening. This is, of course, night number 2 of this event. Yesterday was football and cross country. Day 2 will feature softball and volleyball. Now, I am Maurice Prince. Yesterday, football and cross country took center stage, but tonight, volleyball takes court. Volleyball, of course, is that wonderful, fast-paced, high-energy, and one of the most ultimate team sports there is. Every point depends on communication, trust, and execution. So tonight we're going to talk with several athletes and their coaches about how they're building their team chemistry and what they can expect or what we can expect to see from these teams when the first whistle blows. We have 8 schools to talk with tonight: U.S. Grant, Classen SAS, Star Spencer, Douglas, Capitol Hill, John Marshall Southeast, and tonight we're going to get started with Northwest Classen. Joining me at the table tonight is a senior from Northwest Classen. She's going to represent her whole team. Now, her head coach, Destiny Duval, is not available tonight, but Whisper Montoya, the senior from Northwest Classen, the Lady Knights, will be here to hold it down for the team. How you doing tonight, Whisper?
Good, sir.
Hey, great. So, Whisper, talk to me a little bit about what you can recall and recap from last year about your team.
We had a lot of our seniors, a lot of my old team. It was great chemistry, everybody knew each other. So coming into this year, I'm pretty sure we're getting a lot of good chemistry going on. We're getting the ball rolling really with a lot of freshmen and sophomores.
Talk about your path for volleyball becoming one of your main sports. You talked to me a little bit about that before we got started.
Yes, so I had a PCL tear coming into my 8th grade year playing AAU basketball, and I stepped away from it. It was too aggressive, so I started with volleyball, and I really found my passion in it. It was good bonding with people, just like basketball.
So with that being said, what would you consider to be the strength of this Lady Knight volleyball team?
I would say my coach. She really forces us to, have good chemistry. It started off so quiet. In volleyball, we know it's not like that. So, she has really kind of broken us out of our shell with each other, especially with the newcomers, which is great.
You are a senior, of course, so how many seniors are on this team?
3.
3. So would you say are the rest upperclassmen or are they underclassmen?
Underclassmen, yes.
So the core of the team you're saying is the youngsters.
Yes.
Okay. What's that been like integrating them in practice so far this year?
It has been it's been pretty smooth, I would say. The only real problem we had was communication, which is a big thing, but we've certainly moved past it.
How do you get the freshmen, of course, making and sophomores have a little bit more because they at least got acclimated to the high school level of the sport, but the incoming freshmen, what's their intensity like at practice right now?
Oh, it is playful. Yes, it is very playful. I haven't seen aggression yet, but we're certainly getting the ball rolling on that part.
So would you want to say that, do you like the lighthearted practice, or do you want it a little bit more cranking it up?
I would personally say I like a little bit more aggression, more competitiveness.
Coming from that little bit of basketball background, I take it.
Yes.
No question about that. So, when your coach is really trying to get everybody to buy in, what's some of the things that she does and implements in practice that kind of gives us an idea of what a practice is like with the Lady Knights?
Oh, she is very stern. So let's say.
How intense is she?
She is, I would say, 80%. There.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay. On a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, 1 to 10? 8.
8.
Yes.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah. So she will, let's say we're not doing or communicating how we should, we start running immediately.
Yes, that seems to be a common place. Each team has its different personalities. So is yours overall more of a playful, or how would you describe the personality of the team if I had to ask you?
It's very playful and very lighthearted. I would say that we have had some TikToks with fellow competitors like Classen SAS, which has never happened before. So it was kind of new to me.
Oh, okay.
So I would definitely say we are very we show a lot of sportsmanship is the word.
What was a match last year that you kind of that you went into, your team may not have performed well, or you think your squad will be looking forward to matching up this current season?
I would say PCO. PCO has definitely been a big competitor over the years, and we have went head to head many of times.
So is that one that's circled on the calendar?
Yes, definitely for me.
She said definitely for you. Okay, no question about that. What is the game day atmosphere like playing at Northwest Classen right now? What's the game day atmosphere like?
It's definitely exciting. We all come matching, even down to our socks. So I try to get a little bit of aggression shown from the team to maybe spark some competitiveness. But as far as excitement, it's definitely there.
All right. So which position are you playing in volleyball? Are you a hitter, or which one are you?
I'm a hitter, but I mostly play middle.
Okay. All right. Okay. So give me an example of one of the, I guess, a rally that you had to go through. You guys had to fight for a point. Because that's probably one of the most intense things, because it's about organizing, getting everybody in position, and then understanding that somebody's got to cover the spot, be ready for the quick return or the block at the net. So
Yes.
talk to me a little bit about that.
Yes. Oh, for me, it was personally when we had both front rows going head to head with class and SAS. It was certainly fun because we don't get to fight a lot at net, especially in high school level. We had basically served it, and then they, of course, returned it, but I went up for a block single, and I had blocked it, but they had a cover. So, that cover came through, and then they set it up again, and then I had to get it with the tip a little bit, and it just went back and forth for a little bit, and they did end up getting the point.
Oh, they did. Okay. Now, the ACAC tournament conference tournament you guys just recently, did you participate in that?
Yes, sir.
So how did you feel your team performed in that?
I feel like it was a lot of nervousness, but certainly we will be coming back from that.
So what would be the biggest takeaway from your perspective that the team can use from that tournament to play down the course of this season?
Certainly flow. I would say finding their rhythm in the game, certainly pushing back the nervousness they have and maybe pushing it more towards competitiveness and excitement. Definitely flow.
You're a senior, so let's go back to when you were a freshman. Is the numbers of ladies participating in this more than or are you surprised about the ladies that want to now play volleyball as opposed to when you were just a freshman?
Yes, it is certainly a lot more. The program has grown so much. We have over 35 players.
35
Yes.
players. Okay. Wow. Okay. Is there a song that you use to motivate you?
I would say I'm pretty calm. I try to go in it calm.
Come on now.
Yeah, I try to go in it calm. I play Daniel Caesar to kind of calm, because if I'm too competitive, I overplay. So,
Okay. So the quiet storm, if you will.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
exactly.
If you had a goal that you were looking to accomplish this year that you feel like the Lady Knights can achieve, what would that be?
More harmonious play. I would say that we can have better flow, where we can almost all the time get it to our hitter perfectly. I definitely think that's in the future. Yes.
All right. Well, I know you had to represent your team as a young woman. You have done an outstanding job representing the Northwest Class and Lady Knights today, Whisper. I have
Thank
to
you,
give you
sir.
credit for that, because you looked around the room and you're like, it's just me, but I'm going to go for it. And you did
Yes.
a fantastic job.
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to that, I have one other last question for Whisper before I let you go. If you had to use a word to describe your team's play this year, what word or phrase would that be?
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship.
They are amazing at showing it. Yes.
Outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Volleyball Fall Sports Media Day right here, of course, on OKC Sports Radio and streaming live on PPBC TV. We just heard from the Northwest Class and Lady Knights. We're going to take a break and come back in just a moment. Southeast and the Lady Spartans are coming up next. Welcome back to Oklahoma City Public Schools Fall Sports Media Day Volleyball Edition. Maurice Prince here, continuing to keep the high energy, and now we're taking it back on the court as we talk with the ladies and, of course, the coaches of Southeast Lady Spartans right now. I'm joined at the table with me right now with head coach Valerie Bryant. Then I am joined also by senior athletes Eileen Martinez and Cecilia Aguirre. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you?
Now, before everybody knows, when we got started here, there's just a lot of energy. I want to see if they're going to still bring all that fun that we had when we started asking the questions. Coach Bryant, I want to come to you. How did the team end last season, and, where do you think the team can improve going into this year?
We had we didn't have a very good year last year, but this year the seniors got together and they're bringing great leadership and energy to the team. So I expect great things to come.
Would you say communication, or what area of the game does this team need to be more focused on this year to achieve its goal?
I think communication would be one. They've been playing together pretty good, and they kind of got a chemistry going now since we've been going since July. So with great leadership, I have great leadership this year with our senior captains, and they've been getting together, team working and bonding. So I think they'll do pretty well this year if they keep it up.
Ladies, coming to you right now, talking to the athletes, I want to talk to Eileen and Cecilia now. Either one of you can answer this question. The seniors made a stand early on to try and make this season better. How important was that to you to start that off by getting that done?
I feel like it was very important. I don't know, we just wanted to have a better season than how we ended last year, so it took a lot of courage and yeah.
Cecilia, what was the toughest part about last year?
The toughest part, I would say, definitely our communication. I feel like there's a big difference between last year and this year, especially with our chemistry. I feel like you can see it more on the court this year compared to last year, but we were still a great team last year. I just feel like it's definitely changed since then.
So the best way to answer, if I try to finish from what you started to say there, the team left a lot of points out there. In other words, could have played better in some of the games. Is that a pretty good assessment of what you're saying?
Yeah, I think we were a very good team. It's just the chemistry that's very important. I feel like it doesn't matter if you're good or not. It's always going to depend on how you play with your teammates.
I want to stay with the same type of questions here. Eileen, talk about how practice has been different so far this year.
Practices, I feel like we brought on more energy and more communication to the practices. We always cheer each other on, and we always encourage each other to do better. So if someone makes a mistake, this year we just tell them to shrug it off, and we know that they're doing good, and we focus on their achievements, on the stuff they do good at. So I feel like we brought just more energy, more courage to one another.
Coach Bryant, coming right back to you, the ACAC tournament was just a few, I think it was less than 7 days ago. The team really made some strides getting to the final match. What did you see about this team that was really encouraging starting out the gate this year? Or at least in the tournament. Let me clarify that. Sorry.
Well, we had a goal. We had a goal to win the tournament, and our girls gave it their all. Like I said, they are a close-knit group. I have 5 seniors that work together, and we have a lot of, like I said, upperclassmen. They work together with each other, and they just decided that we're going to play hard and we're going to play to the end. And we're not a big group. We're not tall, so we have to defend. And we're going for every ball. We're encouraging. We're hitting our serves. We're going for it. And we just encourage everybody to do their best.
Eileen or Cecilia can answer this question. What's the intensity been like at practices? Not practices, in terms of the game energy. What has been the routine when you're getting ready for the match right now, as opposed to last year?
I would say starting off with good energy. That's always been very important. Cheers, our cheers to each other. It's always been just like the best part of it because you can always tell the difference once we start cheering for each other and just not celebrating our mistakes, but encouraging everyone to do better. And that always just plays a big role in it. I feel like that's how we come back so quick as well. Like it's just always about our energy and how positive we are towards each other.
Eileen, how did you ladies handle momentum swings last year, and how does it look like you are off to the start with handling those huge swings of emotion or momentum? A couple teams started to rally against you a little bit with some points. How do you deal with getting over the top and getting it back in Southeast's favor?
I feel like what really brings us on is the energy. I feel like that really like plays a big role, especially for us, since we don't really have like that much tall girls. It's up to like our defense to be really ready on their toes. And I feel like if we just hype each other up, it low-key just brings up the swings. And like if it's a long rally, we always on the benches, on even like in the area, there's always like loud like communication, like saying we got it, let's go, you know, everyone's hyped. So I feel like that kind of just like brings up like our energy, you know. And I feel like it just like has a big role, like all the hypeness is getting you hyped up. So like yeah, I feel like that's what brings us up.
4, 5, 6. Anyway, that's an inside joke. You'll have to ask her about that when you see her. Coach Brian, it seems like the young ladies have, when you have a senior-led group that you're talking about here, when they seem like they have figured it out, it makes some of the decisions that you have to make a lot easier.
Yes, they are very vocal, and I let them express how they feel, and they play off each other. Everybody knows their role. That's the main thing. They know their role, and they get on each other if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, but they're also supportive of what they're doing. So they're a close-knit group, I think, that I have here, and I just enjoy coaching them. I mean, they get me excited.
I can understand. Ladies, what are the positions that you're playing?
I play the right side.
So the right side?
I'm an outside hitter and a DS.
Okay, defensive specialist over here. When we start talking about those things in the games and in the context of how you started off the season, what are some goals that you ladies feel this team can achieve this year?
Definitely a winning season. I think we have it, especially with how much better our chemistry has gotten. I feel like we can achieve that.
Winning season, wonderful. You know, you'll probably get a chance again against Class and SAS a little bit later on. What about that particular match will carry you until you see those ladies again?
I feel like something that will help us against them is our serve receive, like being able to receive their float serves because they come straight at you. So like being able just to receive that, and I feel like right when we get that pass, we got the set, we got the hit. So we just like that part.
I love how she makes it that easy, Coach. Is that how you see it as well?
Yes, that's how we see it. Yes.
Okay. Keeping it up. What is this team the team made up of? How many seniors are on the starting line? Would you say?
I have 4 seniors on the starting rotation.
On the starting rotation. Okay. So, how has the program changed, ladies, over the last 4 years since you've been playing volleyball at Southeast? What's the energy? Is there a lot more young ladies coming out for the team now? How would you describe that?
Do you want to start? There are a lot of young freshmen going on. They're really short, so we gotta like try to adjust with that. You know, since they're itty bitty, we gotta get their hops up. You know. And just that.
Itty bitty.
Yeah.
Oh, that is. So.
No, I'm talking about like itty bitty, like 4'11", like they tiny.
I think our tallest is 5'6".
Yeah, so we're like a really like small group, but I feel like we kind of adjust to it. I feel like Coach Brian, she usually like puts us in the spot that we think we do best, and we do best. So yeah.
Well, that just means I'm not the coach, but when you say size, that means you have to work harder. That's what that means. So how much footwork is about in practice in terms of quickness, being able to recover, because you have to be in a better position when you're facing the taller lineups.
Wait. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, it's okay. No, I mean basically, what I'm saying here is how much time do you ladies spend with footwork and getting into
we've-
positions for that?
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time on that, especially over the summer. Over the summer is when we definitely had it on, and I feel like it definitely helped us improve with our footwork. I think even with me, because my biggest issue back then was serve receive, because I had like I wouldn't move my feet, but I feel like I've gotten better with that, and especially with like the conditioning and all of the little drills that we're doing, I feel like I've definitely gotten better at that.
Coach, this is just a phenomenal set of energy that they're bringing and a strong level of understanding to the game. What are you most proud of for particularly these two from the years that you've had a chance to coach them over your time at Southeast?
I believe Cece is like the spirit of the team. She's that quiet spirit, and she's always got something positive to say and caring for the team. Eileen has grown so much as far as her leadership and her skill level. She has really accelerated. So she brings a lot of leadership and skills that she shows the other girls on the team. So I am really so very proud of them. I'm glad that I have coached them these last 4 years.
Ladies, as I will ask the final question to you, and of course Eileen or Cecilia can answer, but for the other teams, this is the Southeast Media Day Volleyball. What would you say to the other teams? Of course, they like to talk a lot of smack, they want to talk a lot of trash, they want to say all those things. Not interested in asking you ladies to do that, but I am going to say, if you had to tell them about your team, that what you're going to face when they play the Lady Spartans, what would you tell them?
Just definitely be prepared to witness our spirit, because I feel like we have the biggest spirit. Anytime we go to like any games, we have the spirit. It's always been there, and we've always noticed that our spirit has always brought down like who we're going against, because like we get into their heads, and I feel like that's just like our strongest suit as our team.
Is there anything you need to add to that, Eileen?
No, just the energy. Like I'm telling y'all, we bring it on. Like the event be like pounding up in there. So I feel like that's something that we bring on, and it does mess up. Like what Ceci said, it does mess up kind of a lot of teams that gets in their head. So I mean that's good for us. So.
Psychological warfare being employed at the highest level with the Lady Spartans. I would like to thank Eileen Martinez, Cecilia Aguirre, and head coach Valerie Bryant for joining me right here as we continue to roll on day 2 of OKCPS Fall Sports Media Day. It's the volleyball edition. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. And I think the Bears are coming up. We'll see you in a minute. Have we done it since you? Because we've only been doing this 3 years. Have you been? Welcome back. Day 2, Fall Sports Media Day, Volleyball Edition. Maurice Prince here, and we're going to take it to the northwest side of the city. Going to talk with the team of red and blue. The John Marshall Lady Bears are here. I have student athletes with me, junior Layla Robinson, junior Trinity Shakota, and head coach Jamie Caldwell. Good evening to you. How you doing?
Good evening.
Good. Coach, how did the team kind of end last year, and what kind of excites you about this upcoming season?
Last year we ended with 18 wins, so we really ended on a good note last year. However, we graduated 10 seniors. So this year we're excited to be rebuilding and getting our team together and ready to play.
Ladies, coming to you, Layla and Trinity, either one of you can answer. What did you see with all that senior leadership leaving? You were sophomores last year. How do you see your role coming into this year? What do you need to do to make this team better?
I would say that coming into my junior year, knowing that all the seniors left, they took their time out to come help us improve, and I see that we should be doing the same for the people coming in and bringing us back together as a whole, rebuilding the team and really just helping each other out.
Do you have anything or rebuttal to that, Trinity? Do you have anything you would like to add?
Oh, yeah, I'll agree with Layla to leave a good footprint for the next upcoming players.
Okay. What's something that you did in the off season, Trinity, to get yourself ready for this year? What's something that you said, hey, I wanted to be better at what getting into this year?
I want to be better at communicating and just showing good leadership.
Okay. What about you?
I actually played club volleyball. I really wanted to improve a little bit everything that I want to do, hitting, setting, and passing. I wanted to improve all of it, so I went ahead to go play club ball for Dynamite. And my coach was actually a really good coach. She helped me improve on everything. And I also took my time out to go to beach volleyball practices, any open gyms that were open, and that's really it.
Coach, when you have young ladies who have a focused mindset and an intensity to improve and get better, that's got to be exciting. You had a strong team last year with the seniors. So when you have this kind of energy from the younger players, what does that really say about the culture right now and the state of the John Marshall Lady Bear volleyball team?
It says that we're turning the culture around, and we're getting the community behind us as well, and hopefully growing a program that will continue to grow for younger Bears coming up.
Certainly. The ACAC volleyball tournament was not too long ago. Can you tell me about how you felt the team performed and what the team you can use for that as motivation for the rest of the season?
I think we performed pretty well. Came up short a couple of games. However, I think if we stay focused as a team and communicate better on the court, we will be better in the future.
I want to talk again with Layla. How did the team handle momentum swings last year, and what does the team need to do better with momentum swings this year?
Momentum swings as in hitting?
In terms as rallies, when the other teams start to rally against you, you're starting to get, you're feeling the pressure because they're scoring a lot of points in bunches for a moment. How does the team need to improve on that?
As a team, I feel like we need to improve on slowing some plays down, because at times we do play more frantic, and that does end up biting us later on. But there are times where we actually think about it, we play smart, and we slow it down, and we think about where to place the ball.
Trinity, you had mentioned earlier communicating was something that you wanted to improve on and get better on. How would you say the communication has been early this season with the team?
It's mediocre, to be honest, and it's where some of us get silent and just stop wanting to communicate.
Is that typically happening when things are not going your way, where it just really just breaks down?
Yes.
Okay. So in getting that way, Coach, when you have a team in that particular, this is where the learning kicks in, because seniors have had more experience with that. Younger players are learning to fight through that. How do you get the mental toughness out of the team now?
With consistency, just practicing on being more consistent with our serves, more consistent with our hits, and being present and focused and keeping your head in the game.
Layla, how is practice right now? What's the energy like?
Unfortunately, I do have Metro Tech, so I'm not able to make it to in-school practices, but from experience from outside of school practices, after school, we do good as a whole. It's really fun, it's really lively, we always communicate and we cheer each other on. We're always focusing on a lot of stuff, and our coaches, let's say from our past games, Coach Shuck actually today, he actually made a tally of how many things that we did, hits, serves, and how many times of what we did. And when we did that, he makes an example out of it, and he teaches the younger people about how we did it. And
okay, I get you. So Trinity, since Layla joins the team at different stages, what would you say the energy's like right now, and how does it need to get better, would you say?
Well, I can't come to the morning practices because I have Metro Tech, and by the after-school ones, I agree with Layla, where
Okay.
Coach Shucks. Oh.
Well, no, you're fine. No, you're fine. Because, so, in other words, you ladies are excelling in the classroom, doing other things, and so you have to put the extra effort to try and tie it all together. That presents challenges, but it also presents opportunity. So, what do you think is key in terms of mindset when you do join the team? How important is it to try and get everybody onto the same page?
you have to keep a positive mindset, because since the seniors left, they're looking up to us, and the whole team's mood is going to revolve around us. So whatever mood we have that day, the team's also going to have. That's going to set the mood for everything. So we need to have a positive attitude at all times, and we try to keep that in mind whether we're having a bad day or not. And if somebody else is having a bad day, we try to help them out. That's what we do as a team.
Coach Caldwell, with the team is still learning, having to grind together and grow. And how far, or what's the goal for this team that you'd like to see them achieve?
For this team, I would like to see them just achieve that togetherness. These two as the team captains, to be leaders and to be able to hold down for their team, and keeping a attitude across the whole team on the court.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on you two to maintain and bring that every time because of what you just said earlier. What's the personality like with this team? When you girls get on the court right before the game, what's kind of the mood right before it starts? Because this is right before the energy and the explosion happens. It's high energy, high impact, intense. What is it like?
A lot of the time we actually go over our cheers. We try to make up new cheers, try to make them more fun, because we don't like saying the same cheers all over again, so we like to make up new ones. And especially if the younger people, if they have something that they want to say, we also have nicknames for each other on the court. So let's say that we're serving, we'll add a little bit of that into the serve cheer. And we love to keep it lively, and we also think about some of the plays too. We also think about if we have trouble with some of the plays that we have from the other times, we actually think about that and we go over that before the game.
So I'm going to ask you, Trinity, the same type of question. Is there a song that has to be played that lets everyone know, hey, it's about to start?
I don't think there'd be a specific song. I think it's depending on the group energy.
Okay.
It shows how much we take it serious and ready to start playing the game.
How intimidating is it right before the game starts, before you have to step out there? How intimidating can it be?
It can be very intimidating, especially not knowing what's going to happen going into the game. You're kind of nervous about how you're going to play, what you're going to do, and the mindset that I tell myself is that I'm going to do my best for my team, and they're going to keep the same energy that I have, and I'm going to match their energy, and we keep it on from there.
Trinity, when you come out, when you look at the other team's line, do you try to strategize from that point, or what's going through your mind?
Oh, I would say I'll be looking for the best one, a part of the team, and the weakest one, especially on the ones that are receiving. The ones that can't really receive, I go for those.
Okay, all right. So, please.
We also look at their hitters. We look at the strongest hitters and we see if they hit hard cross, we set up a format and we say like, hey, we need to watch out for hard cross. If they hit line, we watch out for line. We watch how deep they serve. We watch how short they serve. We watch their setters, whether they're setter dumping, whether they're tipping a lot. We see how their passes are, if their passes are perfect on the net. And we see if they can get their pass on the net or to their setter to see what we have to do.
Okay. Position, Layla. What position for this team do you play?
I play anywhere, back row and outside hitter.
Okay. And for you, Trinity?
I am a lovely setter.
Okay. A setter. So when we start talking about the positions and we start talking about that, you ladies have given us a great insight. Before I end with your coach on this particular segment here, what would you say to the other teams that you ladies are going to end up playing this year about what's going to happen when they face the Lady Bears? Because it sounds like to me that you do your homework, you're scouting, you're observing, and you're bringing energy. So although the talk that everybody likes to bring, because there's a lot of it, what would you want to say to them in terms of what they're about to face when they take on John Marshall?
I would say that as long as they're bringing energy, we love to have great rallies, and they need to have a lot of energy for us because we like to keep our stamina up.
Okay. Anything you'd like to add to that, Trinity?
Be aware of the bear.
Okay. Hey, that tells me. Coach, coming back to you for kind of a final comment. You've been coaching for over 20 years for this sport, have a passion for it. How has the community and the culture, you mentioned it earlier, how the volleyball program has continued to grow and flourish at John Marshall? What has changed so much about it since the time you've been there?
In the time that I've been there, we've had, I think, more dedicated ladies playing. I think in sports in general, female sports, in some ends it's kind of going down. Our ladies aren't really just into sports like that. And then you have some that are, and those teams really flourish. And then the other teams kind of fall between the cracks. But John Marshall has kind of grown where we have more dedicated ladies that are playing, especially this sport, and will bring in more people.
It sounds like to me, if you're going to be a Lady Bear, you better be able to read some defense. You better bring some intensity and be ready to play. Is that a good assessment? All right, well, I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank the John Marshall Lady Bears for joining me this evening. I have junior athletes Layla Robinson and junior athlete also Trinity Shakota and head coach Jamie Caldwell. I want to thank them for joining it, and as they just said to you, if you did not understand, beware of the bear. They're coming to to a match near your school real soon. We're going to take a break as we roll on, continuing through OKC Sports Day 2 of Fall Media Days, being brought to you by Super Prep, SSM Health, OCCC, Just Burgers, and PPBC TV. We're going to take a break and come back. Capitol Hill is coming up next. Fall Sports Media Day, day number 2, volleyball edition continues to roll on. Maurice Prince here. Today's events are sponsored by Super Prep, SSM Health at St. Anthony, OKCPS, Just Burgers, and PPBC TV. Rolling through volleyball, the sport of intensity, the sport of high energy, and of course communication and execution. And we're going to take the game up as we talk volleyball with the ladies, the Red Wolves of Capitol Hill. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
Good. So I'm going to introduce everybody right now. I'm joined by head coach Jasmine Thompson. Then I have senior Karen Morales. And then I have Anilam Fernandez, also a sophomore, joining us. Everybody doing good?
Yes.
We have questions about how this is going to go, so we're going to give it our best shot, all right? So, Coach Thompson,
Yes.
these ladies have a lot of fire in them. So what has practice been like early starting this?
Practice has been pretty fun lately. We've been trying new drills, testing to see how high we can get, advance our skills a little bit, and just compete with everybody. So practice has been really fun.
Karen, you know, you're a senior for this team. What's something from last season that you know that the team need to be better this year?
I would say mostly the communication. I feel like we struggle on that a lot, but I think it's getting better.
Now, being a sophomore, Anilam, last year you had, to get yourself into the flow. What's something that you worked on in the off season to make yourself better?
Well, I was doing soccer for off season.
So, soccer, how are you going to translate some of the skills you had there into the volleyball?
To be honest.
Well, go ahead. I mean, do you see it that way, or you just see it yourself competing in another sport?
Yeah, just competing in another sport.
That's fair.
Because, it's not, really the same. You play with your feet instead of your hands.
So, right, I mean, from that standpoint, yes, okay. I mean, that one rings true, okay? I'm not going to argue with you with that. Coach Thompson, how did the team finish last year, and what's the goal for this year's edition?
I wouldn't say we were satisfied with how we finished last season, but this season we're trying to finish higher. We're getting put in different positions to face higher competition, and we're rising to the accomplished, so I'm proud of them.
ACAC tournament recently,
Yes, sir.
You ladies participated in. How did you feel your team performed in that tournament, getting a chance to really see where you are?
This year I feel like we did really, really good. I was really proud of the girls. We had an amazing game against one of our opponents, so that was really good. I like now that this season our biggest thing is we don't bow down. We just fight and give it all our got. Just because our name is Capitol Hill, we make sure people respect us as well.
Karen, what was something in the match that you found out about this team that you said, hey, as a senior, I've got to help this team get better at?
I feel like they get a lot into their heads, and they just, after a few points, when we're, down, I feel like they just, let themselves go. They just think, oh, we're going to lose either way, so why give it our all at the end? But I feel like they should, have more confidence in themselves, and that we could go back up at any kind of point that they have.
And Neelam, when we start talking about those type of challenges, how do you see that you're playing another sport, so that team has a different identity? What are some of the positive things from that team that you can bring to this one?
That they communicate real good, and they're really good other teams, but sometimes we're good, but just when we communicate and stuff.
Right. The challenges, ladies, when you're facing teams that, have those rallies, and you said those challenges come, when you communicate, that's when you have to communicate more. You have to be more on the same page. How do you see that, Karen, for this team? Because if you want a different outcome, you've got to do it differently this year, right?
Yeah. I would say mostly I don't really know how to explain it, but from my point of view, I feel like
it's okay. No. Well, the simple fact is, the simple fact of the matter is, you see a problem and you're trying to see how you can get everybody else to rally around it. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Coach, when you're dealing with athletes that are trying to find their treading into to finding and building into success, what do you have to instill in practice to get them to understand? Because practice doesn't give you that game frustration, but you have to build on that. What kind of things are you trying to put in place to help them with that?
I would say my main advice to them for that would be trust each other and have grit. Always have grit and trust each other. Our biggest thing this season is making sure we trust each other on and off the court. I know many of them have different friend groups, but like my biggest thing is when we're on this court, we're a family and we're sisters together. So make sure we have that trust to build.
So, Neelam, how do you, when a player makes a mistake now, there might have been some things that happened last year. What are some things that you want to see differently this year between the teammates itself?
To be honest, just like a little bit more communication between each other, and what else? Just the communication, to be honest.
This season is communication. I feel like they're trusting and falling to each other a little bit more, and they're trusting the process of having 2 new coaches, but big communication is really our biggest.
Karen, as you're getting ready for a match now, what do you want the team to do as you're getting ready? You're stepping on the court, the other team's on the court. There's that intensity, there's the chatter, there's the talk. How do you want your team to, what are you going to get, what will you do to try to help the team lock in?
I mean, I mostly always like go up to them and like give them all like a little pep talk and just tell them like to give it their all and to not get into their heads, and that I always got their back either way. Like even if they mess up, we could always get the next point.
That's a great answer. Neelam, in terms of moments, what would have been your favorite moment thus far?
Of the season?
Just playing volleyball, period.
Probably when I get kills. And like we all go into the circle and it's just like hyped up after the kill.
Okay. Karen, for you?
When I get a good dig off a good hitter from the other side.
When you start talking about strengths of this team, what do you consider right now, Coach, some things that you'd like to see? Obviously, we've touched on communication, but what are some other things that are formulas or parts of a successful volleyball program?
I feel right now, other than communication, we just have to work on our blocking and covering. Our serves are there, our defense is there, pass is all there. We have amazing hitters, so now just got to focus on our blocking and covering our hitters, and we're good.
There's always discrepancies in terms of height. You can't control other things. How do you coach your team differently when you're facing a team that might have more size?
Just recently we had a pretty opponent, so my thing was for them is, once again, don't bow down and just give up and lose. You fight till you can't fight anymore. You give it your all. Like I said before, us being Capitol Hill, we're kind of at the bottom, so it's our biggest thing to just go out there, give it our all, and make sure everybody respects playing us.
Ladies, your coach is instilling with you a lot of power and a lot of self-reliance to make you grow. How has that changed with the team over the years, for you, Karen, in terms of how the team was one way and now you're starting to see the change?
I mean, I see the change a lot because, I mean, we used to be less confident in ourselves and we used to like give up, but I feel like now we're like really like pushing ourselves and like we actually want it, and like we just keep going until we can't no more.
Give me a team that you guys might have had a match again that you're eager to play again this year. Is there one?
Can I say it?
Oh, please.
Yes.
I know they're here, but it's Douglas.
Oh,
Coach.
okay.
It's Douglas.
Okay,
we had a
okay.
really good game against them with an ACAC, so it's most definitely Douglas.
Okay, so would like to see the east side again. Okay, that's not a problem. Is there a team at Neelam that you feel that you want to see again, or a match that you wanted to play again?
Probably Southeast, because we played them for the ACAC tournament, and we didn't do that good. But I feel like if we play them again, we could get better, a better score.
What things happened in that game that you knew that if we could hit the reset button and do it again?
I feel like if there's like just a little bit more communication and just like a little bit of talking.
Okay, all right. How much has the sport always has been intense. The sport has always been energetic. How do you handle, Karen, the chatter? Because the chatter can be pretty rough out there.
Yeah. I mean, I just block it. Like I just do my own thing and I like focus on our team more than I focus on the other team. And I just try to be there for them more than myself because I know they need me more than I need myself sometimes.
Selfless answer there. I appreciate that. At Neelam, you had told me that your love for volleyball is still new overall to this. What has been the draw to you into this sport? What do you like most about it? You obviously gave me a good one earlier when you said I went from soccer where I have to use my feet, but yeah, and then I go to volleyball, I get to use my hands. It's like cheating. But
probably hitting the ball, like going to spike after my setter sets it. It'll probably be the best thing, or if not, some of my passing.
Okay, all right, Karen, for you.
Mostly my passing and like just knowing I could like be behind them and like be able to dig the ball for them and have a great pass for the setter and so they could hit.
Coach, you have a very versatile bunch of young ladies here. What's something that the rest of the team, we've talked about communicating, we've talked about in terms of just overall improvement, but when you have this many diverse talents on the team, how do you get that all on the same page?
Just really focusing on our drills, making sure they understand what's going on, and also just making sure their confidence is there. I believe in them 110%, and I want them to believe in themselves just as much. So yeah, it's just our confidence.
Well, they say the sky's the limit and the limit is the sky. Capitol Hill will have to decide how far you want to go. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Lady Red Wolves of Capitol Hill. Head coach Jasmine Thompson. We have senior athlete Karen Morales and Adneelam Fernandez, the sophomore, that's been joining me. So did I get it wrong?
No.
Okay, all right. I'm like, okay, I waited to the end of the broadcast to blow it. Be looking for the Red Wolves to continue to make their presence known on a court near you very soon. We wish you success and hope to talk to you again real soon. We'll take a break. This is Day 2, Fall Sports Media Day, Volleyball Edition. And when we come back, the team that was just mentioned a few minutes ago, the Douglas Lady Trojans, are coming up next. This is OKC Sports Radio 105.3 and PPBC TV. Hey, Maurice Prince here, volleyball edition right here. And we're going to take it to the pride of the East Side as we're going to talk volleyball now with the Lady Trojans, or Trojettes, if you will, when it comes to volleyball. Joining me at the table right now, I have head coach Monique Alexander. I'm also joined by senior athletes Ayanna Guest and Tatiana Sanders. Sorry, don't mind my finger point, excuse me. But we are going to talk about the rallies. We're going to talk about the energy. We're going to talk about the intensity that is Douglas volleyball. Coach, you've been at Douglas a few years now, 3 years to be exact. Coach, tell me about how the program has changed and evolved over the last few years, and how what it's like right now playing volleyball for Douglas.
This season has been so far one of our better seasons since I've been here. The girls' attitudes have improved so much. Their skill has improved. They're really starting to enjoy and love the game again. You know, once you really find that passion for volleyball, that's when things start to really grow and get better for you. And so every year that I've been here, this is going on my third year, it's gotten better. These girls right here, these are my seniors, my leaders. They have been with me. When I started, they were here. So these are my babies right here. And we have been through the trenches together. And so every year we built, it's been getting better every year. And this is one of our better seasons we're going to have.
When you look at that, the amount of participation in the program has also grown as well.
Right.
So talk about that, because I mean, when you I don't know what it was like when you first started putting this, started energizing this program, but what is it like now, knowing and seeing all the lively energy from these young ladies?
It's beautiful to see, because you want to see the girls love a sport that you love. My first year here, we didn't have a JV team because we didn't have enough players. This year, we have too many players that we don't have enough jerseys. So that's a beautiful thing to see the girls really want to participate now and, enjoy volleyball. So I love seeing it.
So Ayanna, Tatiana, I'll let you ladies answer it. So we'll start off with Ayanna in this case. Where did your love for volleyball begin?
I wasn't really sure about volleyball my freshman year, but the coach at the time asked me to come play for her, so I did.
So you did, and just jumped right on in. How would you say your level and intensity of the sport has changed now? I mean, can you see yourself not playing?
Nah, I don't know what I would do if I didn't play volleyball. I didn't really get to play my freshman year, so when Coach Mo came, it was great. It was up from there.
So Tatiana, you've had this spirit of volleyball in you for a few more years. Talk about your journey. You were going to very eloquently tell me before we got started about yeah. It's been a while. So talk to me about that. Give me some of that.
All right. So growing up, I was very athletic and stuff like that, and we had we had PAL and Police Athletic League, and that's what I was into at the time. So then I moved to a different school in middle school. And then they had volleyball. That was a sport I never played before. So I joined the volleyball team. And non-surprisingly, I was good. So, and then I got out there and I just kept playing from there.
How would you say the team has changed in terms of the chemistry and the development of the energy since you've been playing for Douglas?
My freshman year, drastically. My freshman year, we were like, well, for me being a newcomer, I was very warm welcomed, and, it was great. Over time, we had better chemistry because I grew with the seniors and the ones that were around me and stuff like that. As of right now, our chemistry has grown even better from last season to now, and it seems like we're playing more of a team now than we were before.
How's the communication improved when we start talking about that, when we talk about from the team perspective, Ayanna?
I think this year it's more of a sisterhood. We've really grown closer since sophomore year because that's when everybody else kind of came. But it's like a sisterhood now. We have a lot of love for each other for the team. So,
Coach, once you have the athletes, which you do, once you have the talent that you do, you've got to find a way to blend it together. Hearing the athletes talk about the fun, the growth, the intensity, it's got to be exciting, because now it's easier to come up with strategies now, because you can teach about that instead of just trying to work on building blocks.
Development, yeah. This season has been really fun. I mean, all seasons have been fun, but those last 2 seasons were, like you said, a development season. This year we got a lot of girls now who have really grown. These 2 are my top players on the team. They are my leaders. It's just fun to really see the girls where they are now. Like, I'm really impressed with these girls. So I get to have fun. I still get to coach, but I now I can just let them kind of go out there and let them be the leaders on the court instead of always, no, you here, you there, trying to coach the entire time. These girls can go out there and basically be little on-the-court coaches. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Assistant coaches. How nice. Tatiana, you guys just recently participated in the ACAC. Capitol Hill said they really enjoyed playing against you ladies in that one. Talk to me about what this team would have responded to a challenge like that last year versus now how you see the team doing this year.
Last year, we were still, very competitive. Like, the score might not show it, but there were still rallies going and competitiveness behind it. Although this year it's just being put forward more. It's more effort into it. So last year I would say we would take the challenge as more of a mental game and probably get down a little bit, although we would still progress through it. This year it's more of a, okay, we're going to get through this and we're going to go kill it. And that's what it is. That's how it is.
Very well said. Ayanna, when it comes to that match, since Capitol Hill wanted to make it a point to talk about it.
I heard that. Yeah, we heard it a little bit.
What do you remember from that match, and what can you do the very next time that you do play them to just perform better?
I think we played really good that match. It was very competitive, as they probably said. What we can probably do better is talk more. Our communication isn't bad. We just need it a little more because we do have younger classmen that do start and they just be anxious and nervous. So we have to communicate with them a lot. But it's really just communication with us.
It's got to be fun, and it was done with respect. I'm not here to spoon feed or generate a rivalry when there's or create something. What I'm here to talk about is if someone said I enjoyed playing the match, that's what we're here to do. It's about the fun. It's about that, and if they get the juices going a little bit, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Enjoy it. We enjoy it.
Coach, what kind of routines do you like to see your team do on game day? What's the game day experience like being a Lady Trojan?
Well, with my girls, I like to first feed them something light so they have something to drive off of for the game. And then we get in there and we like to stay warm. So I have them peppering, hitting lines. They have to run some laps. We stretch to try to get them loose and ready for the game.
Ladies, what part of the game that when the match is about to start, what gets you going? What part of it gets you going? Of course, it's the game about to start. Your coach is giving you the routine. Is it seeing them, the opponent? Is it the routine? Is it the chance? Is it, what is it that gets you going?
I'm gonna let you answer that first. Or do you want me to answer?
You can go ahead.
Okay. What gets me going personally would be just having motivation every day to do it. You practice every day. You're here. You knew the day was coming. We got to get it now. I want to win. I need to win. And that's just what it's going to have to be. My coach keeps me going every day. She's very supportive to anything and everything. And family and God. And this one right here. This one right here mostly.
Definitely. I was just going to say you.
Yeah. That's awesome. Ayanna, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I would say my team, since it's like sisterhood, I just look forward to playing with them every day. And this my dog right here. So, and then also my coach, she pushes me to be better every day. So.
All right. Let me ask you about something that you've said on a couple of times. You said sisterhood. Sisterhood means it extends beyond just the court. So is it the friendship and the balance, is that coming not only on the court and off the court? Have you seen that change between the athletes now?
Yeah, definitely. I would say that we hang out a lot more outside of practice or games or anything. We've grown a lot closer even outside of the sport, so it's that carries on to the court as well. So that just makes our chemistry better, stronger.
Coach, one of the things Douglas has been famous for is for establishing great athletic programs, but they sometimes don't always get credit for creating great people, and I think sometimes that gets lost. But when this program has been exploding and you hear sisterhood, you hear family, you hear that, that's things that communities can rally behind. What have you seen in your time that has also enhanced that?
Just the crowd participation. Like when I first came, my first year, we didn't really have many people in the stands coming to support. Every year it has grown. Like our last game, we had a lot of people at our game, and so when the girls see the people are out there supporting them, it gives them something to even more to drive off of. So it's really a beautiful thing to see when your community comes and really supports you and is there to cheer you on.
When a culture kind of becomes the identity of what you're doing, it seems to always generate a lot of interest from that, from the students that are now coming to the games. Ladies, what have you seen? I mean, in terms of when you look in the stands, and does that help you? How does that motivate you even more?
They love it.
Now, you know, we all have been to the football games. We all have been to the basketball games. We know, but for volleyball to get that going, come on, give me something.
Man, Ayana, you're going to answer this question first because I already answered the last question first.
Go ahead. Anybody. I mean, so what's that like? You look in the stands now. You're doing your warm-ups. The mood in the building is setting up. It's not just your team doing it. What's your thoughts when you look up and see that?
It's honestly, it's a great feeling. Like she said, we didn't used to have a lot of people at our games, and now that seeing people are supporting us, it's like, oh, like, because we really are doing something this year. We're making it really great this year, ending off our season right. So.
Go ahead, Tatiana. You have anything to add? I'm sure you do.
No, I was just gonna say, like, looking up at the crowd is cool. It's cool. I'll be getting nervous. I do get nervous when the crowd is there. It makes me a little anxious. But, like, on the other hand, it's like I'm glad to see people support and stuff like that because, like you said, that from freshman year to now, honestly, it's been like digging your claws in the ground, you know, making it your way up out the trenches, like she said. So, like, from no participation in the crowd to seeing how many people are there now, it honestly is a great thing to see. So I could say that.
Ladies can answer the question for me. What would you like to see the team accomplish this year? Everybody always can say, you know, we want to win the title. I mean, that's a given. But is there anything else you'd like to see this team accomplish?
Well, I feel like we already accomplished one. The ACAC, my first 2 years, we placed like 7th and 8th, like bottom. This year we got 3rd place at the ACAC, so that was a big accomplishment for us because we haven't done that before at all in Douglas history. So that was really big, and I feel like it needs to be celebrated, so I wanted to make sure I said that so the girls can know. But another accomplishment is to make it out of the first round of state. We can do that this year. I really feel it with these girls.
Now, your coach just laid it out there. Do we have takers on this? Or do we have buyers on that plan that she sent?
Yeah, I have buyers on that. I have buyers on that plan.
Yeah.
I'm supporting her fully just as she would support me.
Yeah, that's right.
That's as easy as it gets. You know.
That's good. What would you say the personality of this team now is? It's changed over the years, so what's the personality of this team?
I don't know. It's like, honestly, like I say sisterhood. There's a lot of sisterhood, but it's different personalities.
Really goofy.
It's really goofy.
Yeah.
I think we're having more fun this year.
Yeah.
And doing well still while having fun.
There's nothing wrong with goofy. There's nothing wrong as long as it's fun and you ladies are putting forth the best effort. For the teams that you have played already and the teams that you're going to play, I'm going to come to you, Ayana, first because Tatiana likes to put the period at the end of the sentence. What's something that you would want the other teams to know about this Douglas whenever they're about to play? What are they about to see?
Y'all are going to see a lot of competition. I feel like we were underestimated a lot just because of the previous years. Like she said, we placed 7th and 8th, and now we placed 3rd. I feel like we're very underestimated. So y'all are going to see a lot of competition. It's more competitive. It's more like we have a rally like really going. So just be ready.
Come on.
Okay.
I've been waiting.
Can you restate the question?
Oh, sure. Just I will lob it up. I will be the setter for this one. For the other teams that the Trojettes are going to have to play this year, you wanted them to know something about the team. Not to ask you to talk any smack, but what would you like them to know about the team?
To watch out for Ayana coming outside. That's all I gotta say. You know, watch out for Ayana because I'm setting her up. Not every time. Not every time. We not setting her up every time. Don't even think about it. You know, she's not getting set up. it's not.
Just
happening.
watch out though.
Just watch out. And yeah, like she said, a lot of rallying, a lot of competitiveness,
Passion.
Yes, passion. We have come in harder than we have any other year, so just be ready. Just be ready.
Best year.
Best year.
Coach, final word from you. The level of intensity, the level of understanding, the level of growth, the level of love that they have for the sport. How is the other team, their teammates, going to respond this year with their energy and their leadership at the top?
They respond well. They love, these are our leaders. Like, however they act is how they follow. So, and that's what I try to tell them all the time. Like, y'all are the leaders on this court. The energy you bring, the emotion you bring, those girls are going to follow suit. So I always try to teach positivity, keep that on the court, compete, passion. You do it, they'll follow. They love these girls.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't underestimate.
That's right.
Don't underappreciate.
Talk to them.
About what's going on at Douglas High School. These ladies have established a platform and they're ready to explode. Looking forward to continuing to watch this program flourish this volleyball season. And I want to thank at this time head coach Monique Alexander. I want to thank senior athletes Ayana Guest and Tatiana Sanders. They have been awesome on this show today. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with more volleyball as it rolls on Day 2 Fall Sports Media Day, sponsored by Super Prep, OKCPS, Just Burgers, and SSM Health on PPBC TV and OKC Sports Radio. We'll be right back. Test, 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 test. You got me up? Okay, test. So you don't have anything over there? So nothing?
here for Oklahoma City Public Schools, presented by Super Prep, SSM Health, OCCC Just Burgers, and PPBC TV, and also on OKC Sports Radio 105.3. Maurice Prince here. Volleyball is the name. High energy is the game. Communication, trust, and execution is what we're trying to talk about this evening with the Lady Bobcats from Star Spencer. I'm joined here at the table with head coach Shamaya Bryson, assistant coach, well, baby assistant coach Camila on the side there, but we're going to give her some love too. She just had to be in the feed, y'all. I understand. Seniors
For the school, Candace Brady and senior Jade Langston Fingers are both here. Candace and Jade. So, hey, I'm coming to you first, Jade. The passion for this sport comes from when you was knee high. So exactly how did you get introduced to volleyball?
I got introduced, well, I come from a family of 12, so all my sisters have been older doing sports, so volleyball just became one of the few that I have been passionate about. So I decided to start young. I went to high school practices when I was in 4th grade, I believe, with Coach Ebony. She was the old Star Spencer coach, and she kept me going from there. From middle school, she scouted me there. When I came into high school, she put me on varsity. She was like, I've been watching you for a while. Like, you're my baby. You've been growing. You've been ready. She said, you ain't never had a bad attitude. I'm ready for you. She's like, I'm ready to see it go. I'm ready to see you shine.
Awesome. Candace, how's your story with volleyball, though? This passion sport, you only left 1 year out of your life in it. So what does your love and intertwined with volleyball go?
Honestly, when I started in the 4th grade, it was by accident, honestly. My first thing was always basketball. When I picked up that volleyball, it was just like a side quest. But then over the years, I learned to love it, especially once I got better at it and started understanding it. Once I took that year off, it really was like, it helped me realize that I want to continue to play it on to my last 3 years. So whenever I came back my sophomore year, I was ready, and I got on varsity, stepping on, and continued.
It defined your love for you when you had that 1 year away. You knew it was your sport. Coach Shamaya, I would like to talk to you a little bit about this team, this culture of Lady Bobcat Volleyball. You have two passionate ladies who've had a deep love for the sport. When you have the program growing and the program changing and the energy going through it, what's it like to have ladies like this?
It's just awesome to have a group of young ladies and also these two seniors here beside me. It's been a journey when I stepped into this role last year, and also coming back to Star Spencer as an alumni. It took a lot out of me not to be emotional when I know these girls were coming back to be seniors this year. So it was excited to come back home and to coach these young ladies and to be a part of this program that has tremendously grown from last year until now. And when I say grown, we a full team, freshman, JV, and a varsity team. And we haven't had that in years, even when I was back at Star Spencer in 2010 when I stepped back home from my finishing up college. I stepped back home in 2010, and it was just awesome to come back.
That's pretty sweet. The team recently participated in the ACAC. What were your thoughts about how the team performed, and what did it tell you about what this team needs to continue to work on as the season progresses?
I was really pleased on how the young ladies came out and performed. The energy was there. The girls were excited to even come back and play in the ACA tournament. I had my babies with me, my freshmen. They were excited to get that experience to see what it was like. And overall, since day one, since we stepped in this summer and played summer league ball, I told them from the jump that a lot of people was going to be surprised with us.
Okay, Candace, Jade, let's talk. How has practice and from the summer to this season, how much change has taken place?
You want to go first?
Yeah, okay. So practice, over the summer we started off like practicing in the morning, switching to evenings to fit everybody's schedule, to have everybody there so we can bond and learn like the way we play together. Like in the ACAC, we took third, and I feel like that was because like all of our summer practices, we actually got to see like, oh, who's here to do this, who's here to do that, you know, like to know people's spots, like libero, setter, who's going to go out and get the ball, who communicates. And it was just like, when we switched to school, it was like, oh, okay, like practice is a little later. Some schedules got to be moved around. We going to figure it out. Everybody's figured it out. Practice is from 3 to 5 o'clock to 5:30. Depends, you know, volleyball, we lose a little track of time. We be having too much fun out there on the court. like even when we are like not being serious, just goofing around the team, just like, oh guys, and then we'll be like, oh, we gotta lock in. Like this is the year that we have really stepped up a lot. Like as she said, we haven't had a freshman team in quite some time. So finally getting that freshman team, having a great big team for your last year, it was just very feeling because that's what I always wanted. Like that's what I said during summer. I was like, being a senior, I just want a big team. Like I just want everybody to come out here and show out and show some love for volleyball. Like our team went to having 10 players for the past 4 years to having 25, 30 girls on the team. So it's like, whoa, it's a big change. Like going from a small team to coming to grow with a bigger team. Like locker room rules changes. Like, oh, I'm bumping into somebody every 30 seconds. I turn the corner. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm used to having like a small team. It's like one person in the locker room at a time. They was like, oh girl, this is huge. Like it'll be all our freshmen in the locker room. We all just be having fun. And practices have been going pretty well. Like we're finally getting back on schedule from like summer, having practices in the morning. I think that's where our mind was still stuck, like getting out of school, coming from study hall before our coach gets there, of course. And we're like, yeah, that's time to turn off that school switch. We got to turn on that volleyball switch. Like it'll be off during school. We won't even step foot in that gym. And then practice comes like, yep, it's time to flip that switch back on, y'all. We got to get in there. We got to lock in.
Jade's passion is infectious. Candace, she didn't leave you much room to stand on that. What you got to add to that? Because, again,
honestly,
it's about the energy.
Now, honestly, Jay's right about everything. Like, it hasn't been, like, from going from summer to practice and in school, it'd be like you be so drained and exhausted from everything, being around people's lunch, teachers, and it's like going and stepping like foot on that court and having everybody's good energy, or even like sometimes the bad days, just being on that court to release some of those emotions out. It's like the best feeling ever, honestly, when you get that good hit on your teammate or something, or that good block, that good serve. Just every day at practice, whenever we just get bond and get more chemistry with each other, that's everything, honestly.
Let me ask you this. In your opinion, what is the strength of this team?
I'm not going to lie. It's our chemistry. When we get to on the court with each other and we get to laughing, trolling, just being there for each other, cheering each other on no matter what, and having that love for the game, I think that's really what all brings us together to play how we play, especially this year. We didn't have much chemistry last year with each other, and this year really brought us together.
Jade, how you feel about that? Do you feel like the chemistry is the strength of this team?
Yes, it is, and definitely the laughter. Like, we could be having a bad day and somebody just start busting out laughing on the court. It's just like, y'all was just mad 3 seconds ago. I'm like, sorry, coach. We cracking up over here. What happened? Asia fell on the floor. And we'll just be laughing. Like, she's like, man, this ain't funny. I just had a bad day. And she'll get up and start laughing, and we'll just go back to being all happy. No more moods, nothing. We'll just get on that court and playing like how we want to play, like we want something, like we're doing something.
Coach, this team sounds like it's just oozing with personality. How do you get them to hone in? Because this energy's got to be infectious. And what she's saying here is, from everything that could be happening negative, there's a laughter burst over here, and you're trying to get them. Again, in the years that this program has exploded, you went from not having a lot of players and you're doing the echo, you're talking and the room can echo, to now, hey, can I get everybody to be quiet to listen? What techniques are you doing to continue to get them to lock in now for strategy and how you need to play the game well?
Just stepping on the floor, just being focused. I depend a lot on my seniors to step up, and I give them that option to be that leader and to reel them in when we are stepping off or get off for a minute. But as far as trying to reel them back in, it don't take long. A joke, like they say, a joke, hee, and we back ready. So,
as the games are going on, preparation. So, girls, ladies, tell me, as you're stepping onto the floor, getting ready for your match, for the game to start, what's the energy like from where it was to where it is now in terms of you getting ready to play in a game?
Compared from all the years that I have been playing, I feel like this team has gotten a lot more confident in our skills. Like before, we used to be so nervous going up against Southeast and class, and like all those teams would be like, oh Lord, we're going to go play them. Like, yo, we gotta try. Now this year, it's just like, oh, if we want it, we're gonna get it. We can do this. Like, you put your mind to it, we can do this. We'll come on there fully confident, ready to hit, spike, sit there, slide on the ground, hitting benches and stuff, jumping over people to get the ball. We're like, we come on the court confident. We may be a little nervous, but we'll be like, we got this. Once we see we're up, we try to keep it that way.
Candace, if there was a word or a phrase to describe this team, what would it be?
A word or a phrase? Trolling. That's has to be my word. If you don't know, trolling is like, it's like you just drag something that's going on. Like, okay, you think like, okay, you might be winning, but that's not gonna affect us and how we play. We're still gonna go out there and cheer and do everything laugh. We're just gonna, and you gonna get mad at us because we're not mad that we're losing. That's one thing we're not gonna do.
So never going to get down, never backing down. Is there anything you want to add to that?
I really would say our word is like contagious or let's volley, dude. We say that every time we get down in like a game. We'll be like, oh, they think they finna win without a volley. Let's volley, dude. We gotta go. We gotta show them. We gotta show them we ready. Like, no matter how down we are, how low in points we are, we'll just be like, oh, we're gonna volley out. And they're like, dang, y'all did good towards the end of the game. Thank you. Like, that's our time where we just be like, let's volley, dude. We treat it like it's a practice. Ready. Yeah, we're ready. We're excited to play. Like, we just be ready.
Coach, what's the ceiling for this team this year? We've got about 30 seconds left. Communication. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank the Lady Bobcats for coming through. They're about to break through because they're about to break out. I want to thank student athletes Candace Brady, the seniors, and of course Jade Langston Fingers, also a senior, and head coach Samaya Bryson. And we would like to thank the little head coach as well for her holding it down for us. Coach, takes a lot of courage to do what you're doing, and I understand it's not the way you wanted to do it, but be proud. I understand exactly what you're going through. We're going to take a break, come back on the other side. Fall Sports Media Day continues, sponsored by SSM Health at St. Anthony, Super Prep, OCCC Just Burgers, and PPBC TV. Class in SAS is up next. Thank you for tuning in on OKC Sports Radio 105.3. Welcome back to OKC Public Schools Fall Sports Media Day, day number 2, presented by Super Prep, SSM Health, OCCC, Just Burgers, and PPBC TV. We appreciate you joining on this evening as we get volleyball back on the center stage. Taking court right now, the Lady Comets of Class and SAS. I am here with Coach of Kevin Gwynn, senior athletes Lila Shones and Charlie Kaler. Want to make sure I got that right. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah, great. Pretty good.
Hey, it's got to feel good to be a Comet. The program continues to operate at an extreme high level. Coach, the culture and the atmosphere at SAS continues to be different and unique from others. What makes it so special in your opinion?
I think it's just that the players we have, really. Every year we get better athletes, better skill. We're growing. We're not a team that just has that 1 or 2 good players. We have a team of every single player is good. So
now, it's easy to duplicate on that. So both of you are seniors, Lila and Charlie. Either one of you can answer this question. From where you started as a freshman, how do you see your game today as seniors?
Oh, wow. Well, when I was a freshman, that was my first time ever touching a volleyball in my life. I was very new to it, but my coaches, Kevin, and wasn't quite there yet my freshman year, but Robbie really saw my potential, and I think I've really improved as a player because of him. And yeah, just
that's a great answer. And for you, Lila?
My freshman year, I bench rode on JV. I think I played a total of 2 games my freshman year. And then the next year I came back even stronger, starting varsity setter. And I think Robbie and Kevin just really helped me build my confidence in believing in myself that I could actually be a setter, and just my confidence all around playing the whole sport. So
what is the energy, ladies, around the team this year? Volleyball is a sport that Classen has excelled in. So what was the expectation coming back to this year? What did as seniors, what did you want to accomplish?
I mean, as a senior, I really wanted to win All City again, because winning All City last year was really I don't want to say eye-opening, but kind of eye-opening, because the year before we got 3rd, and I didn't realize how bad I wanted to win. And so I think this year there was kind of a lot of pressure to win All City again, but I think overall the team made it happen. Everyone really put their energy towards it, and I think we really excelled.
yeah, we really came back with the mindset of wanting to work hard and win, and I feel like everybody really pushed themselves and knew the importance of winning ACAC, and we just succeeded.
You took place in the ACAC tournament that was just a few days ago. The Lady Comets came out on top. Woo-woo. But in doing so, what did you learn about your team, your teammates, and how this team is constructed this year? What did that tell you?
Well, we have a great team dynamic. That's what I took away from ACAC, at least. I'm excited to finish out the rest of the season with them. It's going to be a great year.
Coach, when you start talking about how the chemistry, the intensity, the understanding of what it is to play volleyball for the Lady Comets, what did you see specifically from the tournament, and how optimistic of a goal achievement are you about how they, when you finish, you won, obviously, but about the rest of the season?
I think the rest of the season is going to be great. ACAC, like they said, it's a good starting point to where the team is. Everyone showed tremendous teamwork. Ones who played a lot, ones who didn't play, everyone was in it. No one had any, for lack of better words, sad faces of sitting down on the bench. Everyone was engaged. Everyone enjoyed winning. I think the season is going to be great for us. I very well look forward to what's coming up. We have a tournament that's coming up this weekend. I think this is probably, so far, I've been at Class for 3 years. This is probably the best season we've had so far. And it's just going to grow even more.
When it comes to, we're talking about goals and individual accolades, but it's about the team success. Ladies, how has what is the locker room like? What is the practices like?
Very silly. We're all very high energy, like loud, ambitious, silly people. And I think we just kind of like we all just feed off of each other's energy. It's usually really, really hype, really silly, like right before the games, but we know when to lock in. Like usually right before we're playing, we're all like silly, goofy, but then once we get into the huddle after high fives, it's like we lock in. Like we get serious about it.
Talk to me about the development. You have been a part of a successful program, but when you look at some of the other schools from Northwest Class and Southeast, John Marshall, Capitol Hill, Douglas, Star Spencer, there is an influx of stronger talent coming in. There is better competition. How has that changed over the time, just to tell people about the explosion of volleyball's having at the high school level?
I don't know. I feel like the fact that a lot more people are getting into volleyball now, I think it creates a way better atmosphere for like games and like competition and stuff, because every time we go to a game there's some crazy student section that's kind of like driving us to want to win. And as like even at our own school, we like a bunch of people come and like cheer us on, and I think the fact that volleyball is getting so big is really great, especially women's volleyball.
Sure. I guess I didn't phrase the question very well, but I'll say this. The gym at SAS is very supportive. You have a strong supporting community at that place. But now when you go to the other schools, now you said a crazy student section, there could have been times maybe when you were freshmen that you didn't see that at the other places. Now it brings out the best of you, and I'm not trying to focus on them. I'm just saying to how it makes you feel to have now that energy in the room for other places. Do you like it?
Yeah, I personally, I like it.
I do like
It
it.
pushes me to want to win, and
When you get more and more people into the gym, it just shows you as a player, as a coach, as a team that you're doing well enough to people to want to come watch you.
Right. And to me, that's part of the success. I mean, there's always going to be a front-running team. There's always going to be a team that plays well, but it's always good to have that intensity in away games just as much as you get it at home. It's like, yes, we're here. Let's get this game going. And from the way you talk, from the way the comment was made by Lila earlier about the intensity, knowing when to lock in, now you got to lock in a lot more. And that's the part about it, is it's bringing out the best of you. So let's swing to another question. What positions do you play?
I'm an outside hitter or a DS.
Okay, and for you, Lila?
I'm a setter.
The setter, okay. So the setter, of course, playing quarterback. So when you get it over into the hands of Charlie, what happens?
She puts it down.
Just joking.
Well, no, it's okay. It's okay. This is a media day that we highlight what the volleyball program is like, so it's nothing wrong with that. We're not talking bad about anyone, and I refuse to do that anyway. I don't want to create competition. Competition's already there. Coach, when you start looking at the leadership of this team, and you have what Classen's been able to do is has strong seniors, which leads to strong juniors, and then the sophomore and then the freshmen get the taste. How has that just turned into something where you guys are just able to strategize because the players themselves are like assistant coaches on the floor?
I feel like it's pretty easy to strategize. Our underclassmen show actually great leadership as is. We have 3 freshmen who are in varsity already, sophomores and juniors. I think teaching them or getting them into that spot early makes it a lot easier later on.
Is there a particular team, ladies, that you particularly like to play because they always bring that out of you, whether it's a tournament or a location where you go there and you're like, hey, look, we've got to pack everything we need for this game or this tournament or this particular opponent we have to face? Is there one in particular?
I'd say Claremore, probably.
Or Midwest City.
Yeah, or Midwest City. They always challenge us and really push us and want us, or like it makes us want to really win and just prove ourselves on the court.
So in other words, when their name pops up on the schedule, it requires
we're
nothing.
excited.
It requires that. All right. So before we go, You guys talked about it a little bit. I want you to show class a little bit of love in terms of the school itself. What's it like in the environment that you ladies play in for a home volleyball game? What's it like?
Well, a lot of our students come and support us.
We have our Fireballs Club,
Yes.
which is like our, I don't want to say sports hype club, but kind of.
Yeah.
They make signs, they come to a bunch of games, and just they also promote the games so more people will come. So I think it's really great that we have that, and then our cheer, our pom, all of that. It's really great having everyone be there.
Yeah.
Ladies are being nice. What's the energy like?
They're hype.
Yeah, it's really great, especially whenever you see like familiar people in the crowd. Like even if you don't talk to them often, just knowing that someone that you go to school with, even if it's just an acquaintance, is like there for you to watch you play and like cheer you on. It's really like encouraging.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the system that is Class and SAS, the Lady Comets. If you haven't had a chance to see them play, please make sure you do that this season and enjoy these senior athletes, Lila Shones, Charlie Kaler, and head coach or coach Kevin Gwynn this season. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. This is OKC Sports Radio 105.3.
Sports Media Day number 2, sponsored by OCCC, Just Burgers, PPBC TV, SSM Health, and Super Prep. Maurice Prince here, and now we're talking with the Lady Generals from Grant. We're going to talk volleyball with head coach Chad Walker and senior athletes Sophia Victor Valesco and Aleja Zambrato Soto. Did I get it right? No. Help me out here.
Galilea Sembrano Soto.
Galilea. Okay, I'm sorry. They did not get that right. Okay, I apologize. Galilea Sembrano Soto. Trying to get it right, did not do it. That's all right. So, Coach, what is your opinion of how this team played at the ACAC, this tournament that you just finished?
Well, I actually started with the girls back in June. We went to a summer league up at Class in SAS. So I'm new to US Grant, so I'm still getting to know the kids. But something that has impressed me about them is, especially these two here, they come to everything. They work hard. They listen. They try to do what I'm asking them to do, and that's impressive. I greatly appreciate that. So at the tournament, we won a few sets. I'm not sure we didn't win a game, did we? But we won a few sets, and every time they step on the floor, and I've told this to many people, they get better, and I can't ask for much more than that.
That's awesome. Getting better is always the goal. So I'm going to come back to you, Sophia and Galilea. How has the team kind of changed over the years, and what is something that you would like to see the team do this year?
Well, I have been playing all 4 years, and some things I've noticed is definitely the new people we get each year. It's just about like building it up all over again, because it's new people, new faces. It's kind of hard to work as a team when you don't know. So definitely like during those summer leagues and everything, it's really nice trying to get to know everybody together and like try to be like a family as a team and getting to know everyone like that.
Galilea, do you have anything you'd like to add?
So honestly, I'm gonna admit this is my first season ever playing volleyball, so I can't really speak as to how the team has changed.
Okay, that's fine. But to win volleyball games, you have to establish a chemistry. Where do you feel like this team is this year in that process?
I feel like we're honestly doing really great. Me being new to volleyball, I've instantly started a connection with Sophia, Alexa, Ceci. Like, I instantly felt welcomed in the team, and now we're all super close and we just joke around with each other.
Building on those blocks allows you to get that strong chemistry that will help you get through those tough moments where those momentum swings and those rallies start to happen. How do you feel this team, Sophia, this year will respond? You hope that they will respond as the season still continues to progress.
Well, I just hope we all just get along, have fun, like uplift each other. Like every point matters. Like just celebrate the little things. And that's like our way to win. The more we uplift each other, the better chance we have.
Coach Walker, when we start talking about establishing mental toughness and learning to fight through adversity, first you have to know your teammate, understand and respect your teammate. Then you can get to those building blocks that's going to help the team develop a winning culture and identity. So far in the process, where do you feel like the team is in being able to develop that mental toughness, and what hurdles do you see that they still need to work on to get there?
We actually had that conversation today at practice.
I was there. No, not really.
Yeah, Sophia kind of hit on it just a moment ago when she said the little things. And that's really what I've been stressing, the little fundamentals that they take for granted, trying to get those in place and make those habits so that we can take the next little step to building a successful season. And you see it happening. We played last night, and the girls are getting excited about the little things. A point, a great pass, multiple serves in a row, establishing a little run on our opponent, and they're excited about it, and I think they're getting it. And they both have mentioned, we have a lot of new faces. I'm new. We have a lot of new faces coming into the team. Each day somebody else wants to come out. That's a victory in itself that some people probably don't appreciate.
Since you chose, Galea to join the team and come out this year, what made you choose this sport to do that and this team?
So honestly, I've wanted to play volleyball since my freshman year, but it just wasn't the right time to join because I was more focused on my academics and getting my high school career started. But now that I've already established my career, I was like, you know what? Let me give volleyball a chance because I've known Sophia since freshman year, so I've heard her stories about playing volleyball. My sister played volleyball at Grant before I joined the high school, and so just hearing their stories inspired me to join.
The opportunity that you took, that was a brave move on your part. It was also a courageous move on your part because now it's going to influence somebody else who has never tried. It can be tough for veterans like Sophia to have to always turn around and say, what's your name again? But Sophia, you have to talk about the energy that those new faces brings to the team.
It's nice. It's nice seeing younger people's have a love for their sport. I had ever since I was little because in similar shoes, my sisters used to play when I was younger, and they were the ones who inspired me. So it's nice seeing that people still have the love and admiration for the sport as I did when I was younger.
Coach, when you're building up on a program and getting everything to step up, we kind of talked about it a little bit. How can we help them? How will you help them learn to communicate better? Because that's the next evolution, mental toughness, everybody bringing the energy. So how do we get the communication to really flow?
That's difficult. If we're just talking about in-game situations, I'm harping on them constantly about communicating with one another, and I want everyone in the gym to hear what they're saying. So that's something that we've actually been focused on. But I have a deeper passion. Let's say it that way. Grant is a great school. A lot of kids think that they need to go apply for another school to go to, and in reality, maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but our test scores at Grant are better than some of those application schools. And so when kids realize what a great school we are and how we participate in our athletic programs, I feel like they're going to be attracted to us once they learn that. So I've been trying to spread that news to grow not just our volleyball program, but all of our programs.
With that being said, ladies, you're continuing to trailblaze and to continue to grow a sport at Grant right now. What is practice like right now, and where does practice need to be, in your opinion? Because your coach is
Well, I think since we've said before, there are new people and we're working on the fundamentals of the sport, the basics. I just want to see everyone be able to get that down to where we can just have a little bit more fun, just do more scrimmaging, maybe crack a joke here or there. Sometimes we have speakers installed at the school, listen to music, have fun like that, and just I don't know, all get along, have a good time, make it feel more team bonding than practice,
change the scope and change the focus. It's an unfair question to ask Galilea, but when we start talking about getting an experience into that, it's one of those type of things. You have to bring your best attitude. You have to bring your best mindset constantly. How can you help the other athletes on the team understand that the positivity is what's required? The focus is what's required to make this program what it needs to be.
I feel honestly, since this year we do have a lot of new freshmen or a lot of new people on our team, me also being new kind of gives me the perspective of them being the more scared, underclassmen barely coming into this. And since I've already, I've gone through school, I've learned how to manage my nerves. When I'm in practice, I'm less nervous and more focusing on like, okay, I need to learn how to get this skill down and this down. And I'm starting to focus on less of like beating myself up and being like, hey, like you're learning this stuff, so don't be hard on yourself, because then they're gonna see you and they're gonna see that if you're letting this get you down, that it's gonna affect them too. So now I'm starting to kind of just like brush it off, take coaches' suggestions on what I should do to make myself better, and using them to help myself lift myself up. And that also shows the team that like we can bring positivity even if we're struggling.
Sophia, what would you like to see this team accomplish this year?
I just want us to have fun, work together, just like have a good time, like not make it feel like if it's a job, just literally just have fun.
Play
Your hardest and have fun.
Play your
That's
hardest
all
and
I
have
can
fun.
ask for.
Do you have anything that you would like to add in terms of goals that you would like to see, Galileo? Well, she answered it. I mean, if you want to just co-sign on what she said,
Yeah,
I mean, she wrote a good speech there. I mean, it was really good.
100%.
Coach, when goals for this team, when you are in the building and in transition for the program, what's the end goal? What to you would make a successful season? Everybody always wants to focus on, did you win the title? Did you hang a banner up and all those things? But there is other things behind winning that show that a program can have a successful season. What to you are those markers this year?
And this may sound kind of odd. The girls have hit on that a little bit for me, but I mentioned those little goals earlier, just taking small steps. Part of that for me is keeping the girls out. I don't want them to kind of drop off by the wayside as we move forward. I want to keep everyone together, all 25 of us. I don't want any of them to feel like they don't matter and shouldn't be a part of the team. That's probably my biggest goal. And then my next goal for the girls, for the team, is I want to see some victories. And not just a set here and there, but I want to see some game wins. And they have it in them. I've seen it. We've got good leadership. Sophia is a very good player, and I want to add that Galilea is probably, from the summer to now, my most improved kid out on the team. So they're doing a great job of focusing on what they need to do to get those victories. That'd be my two biggest.
That's outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, building and constructing a winning mentality and a winning tradition is what's going on at U.S. Grant, and look no further than the volleyball program to lead the way to break that through. I want to thank head coach Chad Walker. I want to thank senior athletes Sophia Victor Valesco and Galilea Sanbranto Soto. I'm going to get it right for joining me today. This is going to conclude Fall Sports Media Day number 2 right here on OKC Sports Radio 105.3. Want to thank all our sponsors, Super Prep, SSM Health at St. Anthony, OCCC, Just Burgers, and PPBC TV. Thank you again for tuning in. And just a reminder, coming up, we start our broadcasting high school football games this Friday as the Southeast Spartans takes on PC West. Pre-game at 6:30, kickoff at 7 p.m., and you can watch that game right here on PPBC TV and listen on OKC Sports Radio. We appreciate you tuning in. This is Maurice Prince. Good night.